cry. Go to sleep now, little baby. In your dreams, you will have all the pretty little horses. All the pretty little horses. Black and bay, dappled and gray. All the pretty little horses. All the pretty little horses. Over yonder in the meadow, there lies a little lammy. Bees and butterflies buzz round his eyes. Our little thing is crying, Mammy. Our little thing is crying, Mammy. Black and bay, dappled and gray, all the pretty little horses. All the pretty little horses. Don't you cry, rest your head on the clover. In your dreams, you will ride while your mama's watching over. While your mama's watching over. Black and bay, dappled and gray, all the pretty little horses. All the pretty little horses. Black and bay, dappled and gray, all the pretty little horses. 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 A very good evening to you. How's everyone doing? How are you out there? Good evening, Sophie. Good evening, Jennifer. Thank you both very much. Pleasure to be here as always. Welcome to the 34th edition of the Quarantine Sessions. If you're new to these, it's your thrice weekly chance to escape from the chaos of the outside world for a little while. Three evenings out of every week to kick back with a little bit of live music and perhaps a drink, such as this cup of tea, or something stronger if you require that. I'm sure I will by the end of the week. Still, how are you doing? It's Wednesday, made it halfway through the week. If time still means anything when you're stuck in your house perpetually. Hey there, Nikki, thank you very much. Good to see you. How are you doing? Right. What news this week? Not a lot. Thinking about finally planning to launch that single at some point, but yes, need to do a lot of background work before that becomes finalised. Yeah, I'll let you know when there's a release date for that one. I think if you've been on a few of these quarantine sessions, then you probably know Undercurrent reasonably well by now. But there is a proper recording which will come out eventually once I've worked out all the logistics behind it. If you want to be the first to hear, there's a link below to join up for the newsletter if you're not on that already. We do throw some free music at you, including that first song. That was All the Pretty Little Horses. My arrangement of a traditional old American lullaby. Follow that with another cover from Lullaby to Nightmare Fuel with a bit of Nick Cave. Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the track, where the viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it shifts and cracks, where secrets lie in the border fires and the humming wires. Man, you know you're never coming back. Past the mill, past the bridge, past the square, past the stack. On the gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand. He'll wrap you in his arms, tell you that you've been a good boy. You rekindle all the dreams it took you a lifetime to destroy. You reach deep into the hole, heal your shrinking soul, but there won't be a single thing that you can do. He's a ghost, he's a man, he's a god, he's a guru. They're whispering his name through this disappearing land, but hidden in his coat is a red right hand. You don't have no money, you get you some. You don't have no car, you get you one. You don't have no self-respect, you feel like an insect. Well, don't you worry, buddy, cause here he comes through the gators and the barrio, the Bowery and the slums. His shadow is cast wherever he stands, stacks of green paper in his red right hand. You'll see him in your nightmares, you'll see him in your dreams. He'll appear out of nowhere, but he ain't what he seems. You'll see him in your head, on your TV screen. Hey buddy, I'm wanting you to turn it off. He's a ghost, he's a man, he's a god, he's a guru. One microscopic cog in his catastrophic plan, designed and directed by his red right hand. Very kindly. Evening, Joe. Good to see you. How's Trixie? Mm. Yes, yeah, I might send you. If you've not found it already, I will send you a link to uh, "Let Love In," the album that song is taken from. I reckon that is probably a uh, uh, good entry point to Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, particularly if you already like Red Right Hand. Um, I will I will try and remember to pop a link in the. Actually, yeah, I'll do that later. Um, if you've not got it already. Yeah, that was Red Right Hand by originally by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, um, and yes. See, if I'd constructed this set list more sensibly, I wouldn't have put the ragtime jazz number in between Red Right Hand and Powerless, because it's like we're going from dark and sinister to light and fun and back down to dark and sinister. But I can't be asked to keep moving the capo between songs, so I'm gonna play this one. Um, Anyway, I'm going to play this one now anyway. Here we go. Yes, that is right. Keep on. Strange one. It's just it needs more practice. Obviously, it's one of those ones that I run through before I play it, and then I get out in front of a camera these days, or in front of an audience previously, and I always fluff it halfway through, or well, I made it further than I usually do. Almost got to the last couple of bars before it really started to fall apart, but oh yeah, I will shelve that one away for a bit more practice, I think. Anyway, I will. No, that was not the button I meant to press. Stop. Take this opportunity to pass the virtual hat round. These live shows are completely free and will remain so. But if anyone feels like throwing a tip in the hat, that would be always very much appreciated. Anyway, more music. Time to do one of my own, I think. This is one which a lot of you will know very well by now. This is Powerless from the first EP. The lies are old now, the message stale. Each broken promise tells a sad and sorry tale. Now watch as all your systems fail. This new resurgence you tried to tame. You whispered rumors and you tried to smear its name. It keeps on rising all the same. Like a turtle on its back in the sun, you'll be powerless to stop it when it comes. You can embrace it, you can turn your tail and run. You'll be powerless to stop it when it comes. This poison chalice of blood and rust, your dreams of domination buried in the dust. You went too far to mend their trust. And the man you laughed at, he now walks tall. A younger generation looks to him enthralled. He's just in time to watch you fall. Like a turtle on its back in the sun, you'll be powerless to stop it when it comes. You can embrace it, you can turn your tail and run. You'll be powerless to stop it when it comes. Like a turtle on its back in the sun, you'll be powerless to stop it when it comes. You can embrace it, you can turn your tail and run. You'll be powerless to stop it when it comes. Like a turtle on its back in the sun, you'll be powerless to stop it when it comes. You can embrace it, you can turn your tail and run. You'll be powerless to stop it when it comes. 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 Thank you. Cheers, Nikki. Thanks very much. Right. Decided when I was drawing up the set list, it was a very long time since I'd played any Muddy Waters. I do love a bit of Muddy Waters. And I've not played any of his songs for a very long time. So I thought I should remedy that. And indeed, I will now do just that. Not sure how well known this one is, or for that matter, I can't remember who wrote it. It almost certainly wasn't Muddy Waters. I think it might have been Little Walter tune. Originally, I would have to check that. Yeah, also made popular by Albert King, but I think Mud did it first. Don't quote me on that one though. Anyway, it's called I'm Ready, and as you can probably tell, I'm not. So here we go. I am ready, ready as anybody can be. I am ready, ready as anybody can be. I am ready for you, I hope you're ready for me. I got a X-sound face on a graveyard tree, tombstone bullets wearing ball and chain. I'm drinking TNT and smoking dynamite. I hope some screwball start a fight, 'cause I'm ready, ready as anybody can be. I am ready for you, I hope you're ready for me. I am ready for you, and I hope you're ready for me. I've been drinking gin like never before. I feel so good, babe, I want you to know. One more drink and I wish you would. It takes a whole lot of loving to make me feel good, 'cause I'm ready, ready as anybody can be. I am ready for you, I hope you're ready for me. I am ready for you, I hope you're ready for me. Yeah, I'm ready for you, I hope you're ready for me. Oh, thank you very much. Willie Dixon. I should have guessed. Thank you, Joan. Of course it's Willie Dixon. I think he wrote most of Chess Records' back catalogue for a long time, didn't he? But what a writer. Thank you very much. makes me want to do another blues number.
Oh, Smokestack Lightning shining, oh, don't you hear me crying? Ooh, ooh, oh, tell me, baby, where did you stay last night? Oh, don't you hear me crying? Ooh, ooh, oh, tell me, baby, what's on matter you? Why don't you hear me crying? Ooh, ooh. Oh, stop your train. Let her pop by ride. Oh, don't you hear me crying? Ooh, ooh. Oh, oh, who been here, baby, since I've been gone? Little bitty boy, girl, be on.
Thought I'd take a bit of a self-indulgent detour there and throw in another blues number because I felt like it. That was Smokestack Lightning by Howling Wolf. Another old favourite I've not played for a very long time.
My girl, don't lie to me. Don't, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun don't ever shine. I shivered the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the in the pine, where the sun don't ever shine, I shiver the whole night through. My girl won't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pine, where the sun don't ever shine, I shivered the whole night through. My husband was a working man, killed a mile and a half from here. His head was found in a driving wheel, and his body was never found. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pine, where the sun don't ever shine, and I shivered the whole night through.
Thank you very much. Yeah, just a bit of a whim there. Got a bit energised after doing the the muddy waters, and yeah, decided to go on a little blues detour there. So thank you for indulging me with that one. Nikki, yes, that was Lead Belly. Song variously known as Where Did You Sleep Last Night or In the Pines. I'm not sure whether it was always his most famous one, but it got another lease of life after Nirvana covered it on their Unplugged album. But Lead Belly's version is the definitive one. Oh, Joan, that is a good question now I think about it. For the benefit of anybody not able to see the comments, Joan has asked, could you say what started you going so deeply into the earlier music and original artists? And I'm just trying to think where it began. I've got a feeling I think there's always been an element of. I think I've always been aware of a lot of a strong blues influence in a lot of music growing up. A lot of the stuff that my parents would have had on in the house, and I think I always liked the stuff that sounded quite blues influenced. Even artists who you might not necessarily think of as blues artists. I remember because I was born in the '80s. They had albums like stuff like Chris Rea on quite a lot. But then he was a big fan of the original blues artists and played a lot of slide guitar. But also a lot of groups like the Doors who were much more overtly blues influenced. And then I can't remember where or when, but I remember seeing a short video clip of Son House playing Death Letter Blues on this steel guitar, and just having one of those moments where you go, "Holy shit, that's powerful!" Just something about its, I think, the rawness of it, and the, I mean, as well as the depth of emotion in the delivery. I think ignited something. I think that sparked an interest, and it's not been solely the original acoustic artists. Although obviously they've been a huge influence. I think I probably had a bit of a long detour going via a lot of the electric artists, particularly a lot of the Chicago blues and Texas blues players. People like Chess Records, obviously, a huge fan of Mud, Wolf, Willie Dixon, and Little Walter, various others, but also the Texas blues stuff. I got really into Albert Collins for a while, and Johnny Winter, Stevie Ray Vaughan to a lesser extent. He was a hell of a guitarist, but I think it was might have been the '80s production that made those albums feel not quite right to me. But no disputing, hell of a player. And forget how I got into the folk players. Really, probably Ralph McTell was probably the first avenue into that. And then I think it must have been one of those. I think it might have been one of those roots of such and such, where I might have been roots of Led Zeppelin or something, one of those compilation albums. That makes sense actually, because Jimmy Page was big on his folk guitar as well. I came across people like Davy Graham and Bert Jansch and ended up exploring that avenue as well, and it's all coalesced. Beefheart, I remember. I remember listening to Troutmaster Replica probably shortly after I first arrived at university, and really not getting it. I played in a jazz band at the time, and the guitarist was into some very interesting stuff. But I think he was one of those people who liked to almost like to wear it as a bit of a badge, just to try and freak people out with music that was difficult or unpalatable. And having listened to more of Beefheart and the Magic Band, I am firmly of the opinion that Trout Mask is not the place to start. But I know a lot of people would beg to differ. I've tried several times and I still don't get it. But some of his other stuff, again, probably went at Beefheart the wrong way around. I probably should have tried Beefheart before I really got into Tom Waits, because I think I heard Trout Mask and I dismissed Beefheart largely, and then later on somebody else introduced me to Tom Waits. I seem to remember his words were, "I bought this album and it's weird, but I thought you might like it." It was Rain Dogs, which is not Tom Waits' most extreme work by any stretch of the imagination, but if you've never heard his stuff before, it's weird, and it's I remember listening to it for the first time thinking, my God, is this bloke for real? But then I just got completely drawn into it, and then yeah, eventually, I think after I found out that Beefheart had been a huge influence, and actually kind of marks that transition between his, I suppose, there's like a step change between Heart Attack and Vine and Swordfish Trombones, and that is often, I think, a lot of people attribute that to Kathleen Brennan introducing him to Beefheart. So that was probably how I tunneled back into Beefheart's work that way. Clear Spot, yeah, good call. Clear Spot's a really good one. Yeah, I like Clear Spot. Strictly Personal, I thought was pretty good as well. Safe as Milk is good in parts too. I can't remember which other ones I like now. But yeah, I would call Clear Spot on that one. That's probably a good start. That's probably the best starting point. Oh yeah, yeah. I think I was one of those weird teenagers who didn't really like any of the music that anyone around them was listening to. I had a bit of a punk and grunge phase, I think, because a lot of my friends were listening to it, but grew out of that. There's a lot of it I wonder how I listened to now. Different times, different times. Still enjoy the odd bit of Mudhoney and Soundgarden, but you know, a lot of people understand what I mean when I say I grew out of Nirvana. Okay. St- Steeped in Beefheart sounds like an album name in itself. So, which is your favourite album? Which for you is the best Beefheart album? I'd be very interested to hear what the which albums the hardcore fans like best, because I wonder if I'm still quite entry level when it comes to the Magic Band. Still, I had one more song planned for tonight. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and thank you for tonight's conversation. It is always it was lovely to have a bit of back and forth with you, get to know a bit more about you too, because after all, I wouldn't be doing this without you, my audience. So thank you. It's okay. Yeah, one day I'll give Trout Mask another try, but I think I my vote's still with Clear Spot as well. Forget what my favourite track is of that one. Is that the one that starts with "Gonna Booglerize You," or is that Spotlight Kid? I have them back to back on a CD somewhere. They're both quite good. But anyway, it has been lovely to see so many of you, and as I say, lovely to talk to you. I'll be back here on Friday again where, all being well with production of the backing tracks, I'm going to do another electric session. I had good fun doing that last week. And it's, nice to do something a bit different for Friday night. So hopefully you can join me for that. 9 p.m. right here, as usual. I will leave you with the track from our second EP, An Imperfect Cadence of Gloom and Oddwing. The track is called Slip Away. I'm down on the floor, light shine in my eyes, 3 sheets to the wind, and out of my mind. I came with my dog, see I'm not alone, help me find my dog, he's leading me home. I don't care if I never see another day. If all life has to end, then let it end this way. Heed my story as a warning, I don't want to face the morning. Leave me here and let me slip away. Wake up on the road, I'm soaked to the skin, face down in the rain, and reeking of gin. The cold spurs me on, my home can't be far. I don't know these roads, don't know where we are. I don't care if I never see another day. If all life has to end, then let it end this way. Heed my story as a warning, I don't want to face the morning. Leave me here and let me slip away. No, Sophia. There's no portrait in the attic. If there is a portrait in the attic, it's of somebody looking very young and very young and vivacious. It ain't me. Well, thank you all very much. It's been lovely, and I will look forward to seeing you again on Friday. Thank you all very much for tonight, and until then, I shall bid you a fond farewell.